The rain came down in sheets that November evening, turning the city lights into scattered diamonds on the wet pavement. Maya stood at the center of the old Jefferson Bridge, her hands gripping the cold metal railing. At 28, she felt like she'd already lived 100 years of disappointment. The chemotherapy had taken her hair, the cancer had taken her strength, and just last week, her fiancé Tilda Copyright had taken his things and left, saying he couldn't handle watching her fade away. She wore a blue dress she'd bought for their wedding, a wedding that would never happen now. Maya looked down at the dark water below. The doctors had given her 2 months, maybe less. What was the point of waiting? "Excuse me," the small voice cut through the sound of rain. Maya turned to see a little girl, no more than 6 years old, standing a few feet away. She wore a bright red raincoat and held her father's hand. The man in the black leather jacket looked worried, like he wanted to pull his daughter away, but the child had already let go and taken a step closer. "Are you okay?" the girl asked. Her brown curls were plastered to her face from the rain, but her eyes were bright with concern. Maya's throat tightened. I'm fine, sweetheart. You should go home. It's raining. You're all wet," the girl observed. "And you look sad." The father stepped forward carefully. "Ma, honey, maybe we should. Please don't jump," Emma said suddenly, her voice clear and certain. "My mommy jumped off the bridge last year, and I miss her every single day." The words hung in the air like the rain itself had stopped to listen. Maya felt her knees weaken. She looked at the father, David. She would later learn his name was, and saw the pain in his eyes, the confirmation that the little girl wasn't making it up. "I'm so sorry," Maya whispered. She hadn't expected this. She'd come here thinking no one would care, that she was alone in this world. Emma took another step closer. "Mommy was sick too." In her head, Daddy said the medicine didn't work right. "But I wish she'd waited, because I had so many things to tell her." The little girl's chin trembled, but she didn't cry. She just looked at Maya with those impossibly earnest eyes. "Like what?" Maya heard herself ask. "Like how I learned to read, and how I drew a picture of us at the beach, and how I got picked to be Mary in the Christmas play at church." Emma's voice grew softer. "She's gonna miss all of it, and I'm gonna miss her forever." David gently placed his hand on his daughter's shoulder. When he spoke, his voice was rough with emotion. "I'm sorry. We were just walking home from her ballet lesson." She insisted on stopping. "I'm glad you did," Maya said, and meant it. She took a step back from the railing, then another. Emma's face brightened. "Will you come have hot chocolate with us? Daddy makes it really good, with the little marshmallows." Maya looked at this child, at this brave, honest little Suula, and felt something crack open inside her chest. Not breaking, but opening, like a window that had been sealed shut for too long. "I'd like that," she said. They went to a small diner 3 blocks away. David draped his jacket over Maya's shoulders, and Emma sat close beside her in the booth, chattering about her day, her friends, her cat named Whiskers. Over steaming mugs of hot chocolate, David told Maya their story. His wife, Jennifer, had battled depression for years. The medications helped sometimes, but not always. One bad night, she'd made a choice that couldn't be undone. He'd been left to raise Emma alone, trying to explain the unexplainable to a 5-year-old. "The hardest part," David said quietly, while Emma colored on a paper placemat, "is knowing she thought we'd be better off without her, that she believed the lie depression told her, that she was a burden." Maya felt tears slip down her cheeks. "I told myself the same thing." David reached across the table and squeezed her hand. "Not romantic, just human. One person to another. You're not a burden. You're a person going through something terrible. There's a difference." Emma looked up from her coloring. "Are you sick like Mommy was?" "A different kind of sick," Maya said gently. "In my body, not my mind." "Are you scared?" Maya nodded. "Very scared." "Me too sometimes," Emma admitted. "Daddy says it's okay to be scared. We just can't let the scared win." Over the next weeks, something unexpected happened. David had given Maya his number that night, insisting she call if she needed anything. She'd almost thrown it away. But 3 days later, on a particularly dark afternoon, she dialed it. They started meeting for coffee, then for walks in the park when Maya felt strong enough. Emma would bring her drawings and stories from school. David would just listen or really listen when Maya needed to talk about her fears, her anger, her grief for the life she thought she'd have. "I'm dying," Maya told him one day, sitting on a bench while Emma fed the ducks. "Why would you want to spend time with someone who's dying?" David was quiet for a moment. "We're all dying," he said finally. "Some of us just have a better idea of the timeline. What matters is what we do with the time we have." Maya learned that David was a woodworker who'd built the furniture in Emma's room piece by piece, that Emma loved strawberry ice cream but hated strawberries, that they visited Jennifer's grave every Sunday and told her about their week. She learned that life could still be beautiful, even when it was ending. Maya started volunteering at the children's hospital where she received her treatments. She'd read stories to the kids, her bald head a badge of solidarity with the youngest patients. She reconnected with her sister, whom she'd been pushing away. She wrote letters to people she loved, saying things she'd left unsaid, and every week, she had dinner with David and Emma. They became her family. 4 months passed, then 6, then a year. The doctors were surprised. Maya's cancer hadn't disappeared, but it had slowed. The new treatment protocol was working better than expected. "I'm not cured," she told David one evening, sitting on his porch while Emma played in the yard. "But I'm here. I'm still here." "I'm glad," he said simply. That night on the bridge, Maya said, "Emma saved my life. You know that, right?" David smiled. "She saved mine too, in her own way. After Jennifer died, I was just going through the motions. Emma reminded me what I was living for." Maya watched the little girl, not so little anymore, nearly 8 now, spinning in circles with her arms outstretched, laughing at the evening sky. "I would have missed this," she said softly. "All of this. The cancer would eventually win." Maya knew that. But it hadn't won that night on the bridge, and it hadn't won in all the days since. Every morning she woke up was a small victory. Every shared meal, every laugh, every moment of connection, all of it mattered. Emma ran up to them, breathless and beaming. "Maya, come look, there's a rainbow." And there was, arching across the sky after an afternoon shower. Brilliant and temporary and absolutely perfect. Maya took the little girl's hand and let herself be pulled into the yard. She stood between Emma and David, the 3 of them looking up at that rainbow, and felt something she hadn't felt in so long. Grateful. She felt grateful to be alive. The bridge was still there, spanning the dark water, but Maya wasn't standing on it anymore. She was here, in this moment, holding the hand of a child who'd taught her the simplest and most profound truth, that every life touches others, that our presence matters, that even in our darkest hour, someone needs the light we carry. "Thank you," she whispered, though she wasn't sure if she was talking to Emma, to David, to God, or to the universe itself. Emma just squeezed her hand and smiled. "You're welcome. But mostly, I'm glad you stayed." "Me too, sweetheart," Maya said, her voice thick with emotion. "Me too."